Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Yes, yes. Padma Mataji, you are the Prabhuji introduced senior most. Meer actually senior most. You are senior most and.
See, I am not a senior most devotee. I am senior by age. In your group itself, I am the senior.
You are the senior by age, by experience, by devotion also. If you your daughter Suma Mataji, how sincerely Mataji is serving, right? So you have given the culture, Mataji, and thank you so much. You are just like a grandmother. You are, you are a great Mataji. You are behind that Bhakti Shastri course, and you are the senior most in experience as well as age. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Age 100%, not in the other things, other sense. That's all.
No, not like humble devotees are always say that's Mataji. So thank you so much. Please give us your blessings, and I'm requesting everybody for all of your blessings and prayers. Vaishnava blessings are the only strength in devotional service that helps to practice bhakti nicely. Okay, so thank you so much, Prabhuji and Mataji. Pranam again. All glory to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. So let us sing regular before starting. Srila Prabhupada has given this how to start a Srimad Bhagavatam class. Before starting any Srimad Bhagavatam class, he recites this prayer. It includes everything. The ultimate, ultimate devotional service to understand this divine couple. So let us sing this prayer and we'll start our Srimad Bhagavatam session. So I'll sing and you can hear. Jaya Radha Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Ram Madhava Vijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Brajajana Yashodanandana Brajajana Yamuna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Gurudev ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Padma Mataji, we read this translation, Mataji. Jai Radha.
Prabhuji, audio is very feeble. Why?
Your voice is a little low, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, is it okay, Prabhu?
Yeah, now it is okay.
Is it okay? Thank you.
I will read this one.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
Prabhuji.
please.
Can
Krishna
you
is
also
the,
make it full screen, Prabhu? Sir?
Right. Yeah. Clear? Yes.
Hare Krishna,
Mataji.
Prabhuji.
Yes.
Krishna is the lover of Radha. He displays many amorous pastimes in the groves of Vrindavana. He is the lover of the covered maidens of Raja and the holder of the great hill named Govardhana. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. This is simple prayer. It looks simple, but everything is there in this prayer. Prabhupada starts with this prayer before giving any Srimad Bhagavatam session class. So, yeah, let me stop share this one. And clear only, right, Prabhu? My voice okay, na? Subara Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Right. Today, you cannot deny somebody is saying something is saying. Okay. Yeah. So today we are going to read from Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, especially Prahlad Maharaj's teachings. I have chosen some verses. Let us recite those verses, and before that, let us do some Bhagavatam prayers, and it's regular we recite these prayers from Bhagavatam. So let me share again. Yeah. So please repeat after me. Narayanam Namaskritya
Narayanam Namaskritya
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
So Jayam Udiraye
Tato Jayam Udiraye
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavati Uttama Sloke
Bhagavati
Bhagavati
Uttama-shloke
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya
Krishnaya
Vasudevaya
Vasudevaya
Devaki Nandaya Cha
Devaki
Nandanaaya cha
Nandu
Nanda Gopakumara
Govindaya Namaha
Govindaya Namo Namaha
Some noise.
Nama Pankajanaභaya
Srimad Pankajanaභaya
Nama Pankajamaline
Namah Pankajamaline
Nama Pankajanetraya
Namah Pankajanetraya
Namaste Pankajangrahe. Yes, so these are the Bhagavatam prayers. I have chosen from Srimad Bhagavatam these three verses. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
So I will read these slokas and we'll read one by one translation. We will discuss 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 6 verses. We'll see if time permits. We'll read. We'll stop some of the verses. Okay, so I'll read this. Tasmad
Prabhuji, we
bhavadvi.
cannot see your screen. We only see the slokas. You have to change it, I think.
Slokas only, right?
Narayana,
I'm still seeing the prayers.
Narayana, we are not seeing Srimad Bhagavatam slokas.
We're still seeing the prayers.
Now, Prabhu.
No,
No,
Prabhu.
bro.
You have to stop sharing and share again, maybe. And make it full screen, Prabhuji, please. Dhanavad Pranam, Hare Krishna.
Yes, yes. So full screen.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Now we can see, and this is good.
Yeah, this is from Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 7th chapter, 28 verse and 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Very, very important verses. It is going to define, and Prahlad Maharaj himself teaches his Prahlad Maharaj teachings about what exactly the Bhakti Yoga means, how to practice. Everything is described in these verses. So Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu repeatedly here some of past times out of the regular hearing, he repeatedly hear this Prahlad Maharaj teachings. Repeatedly he wanted to hear from his disciples. So that is a very, very important chapter in Srimad Bhagavatam. I have chosen for today. Let us discuss these verses. So I'll read these slokas and we will go through one by one. I'll share in Vedabase and we'll read. Let us meditate upon these verses first. Tasmad bhavadbhi kartavyam karmanam triti gunatmanam bija nirharanam yoga pravaho paramodhiya tatra upaya sahasranam ayam bhagavatodita yadishvare bhagavati yatayer ajnasaratihi Guru Sushushya Bhaktya Sarva Labdha Panena Cha Sangena Sadhu Bhaktanam Ishavaradhena Nanena Cha Shraddhaya Tat Katayam Cha Kirtanair Gunakarmanam Tat Padam Buru Dhyanat Tat Linge Ksharhanat Bihi Hari Sarveshu Bhuteshu Bhagavan Asta Ishvaraha Iti Bhutani Manasa Kamaistai Sadhu Manayet Evam Nirjita Sadvargai Kriyate Bhaktir Ishvare Vasudeve Bhagavati Yaya Samlabhyate Ratihi. 1 second, Prabhuji. Sorry, my kids auto driver came suddenly. Yes. Okay, so let me share our Veda base 7728. From there we can discuss. Second. Is screen visible, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes. So let us read this verse all up together. It starts with 28 verse. So we'll read one by one up to translation. So please repeat after me. Tasmad bhavadbhi kartavyam.
Tasmad bhavadbhi
Kartavyam.
Karmanam gunatmanam.
Karmanam.
Bija nirharanam yoga.
Bija nirhavana yoga.
Pravaho paramodhiya.
Pravaho paramodhiya.
Word by word meaning. Tasmat, therefore.
Tasmad
Bhavadbhihi, by your
Bhavadbhihi.
self.
Bhavadbhihi, by yourselves, by your good selves.
Kartavyam,
Kartavyam.
Kartavyam,
to be done.
To be
to be
done.
done.
Karmanam,
Karmanam,
of all material activities.
all material activities.
Trigunatmanam,
Trigunatmanam,
conditioned by the three modes of material nature.
conditioned by the three modes of the material nature.
Bija Nirharanam,
Bija
burning of the seed.
burning of the seed.
Yoga,
Yoga,
the process by which
The process by which
one can be linked with the Supreme.
one can be
one can be linked with the
Linked with the
Supreme.
Supreme.
Pravaha,
Pravaha
of the continuous current
of the continuous current
in the form of
the
form of
wakefulness,
wakefulness,
dreaming, and deep sleep.
dreaming and
Uparamaha,
Paramaha,
cessation.
cessation,
Dhiyaha,
Dhiyaha,
of the intelligence.
of the
Translation, please repeat after me. Therefore,
Therefore,
dear friends,
my dear friends,
O son of the demons,
O son of the
Sons
demons,
of the demons,
your duty is to
your duty is to
take to Krishna consciousness,
take to
Krishna
Krishna
consciousness,
consciousness,
which can burn the
which can burn the
seed of fruitive activities
seed of fruitive
activities,
artificially created by
artificially created by
the modes of material nature,
the modes of
modes of
material
material nature,
and stop the
and
stop
stop
the
stop the
flow of the intelligence
flow
flow
the
of the
intelligence
in wakefulness,
in wakefulness,
wakefulness
dreaming,
dreaming,
and deep sleep.
and
and
deep
deep
sleep.
In other words,
in
In
other
other
In
words,
other words,
when one takes to Krishna consciousness,
when one takes to Krishna consciousness,
his ignorance is
his ignorance
ignorance
is
is
immediately dissipated.
immediately
Thank you, Prabhuji and Mataji, for repeating after me. So let me read purport and we'll start with Mangalachandra prayer and then discuss these verses. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, 14th chapter, 26 verse. Mamchayo vibicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityetan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. One who engages in full devotional service, who does not fall down in any circumstance, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. By the practice of Bhakti Yoga, one immediately comes to the spiritual platform, transcendental to the actions and reactions of the three modes of material nature. The root of ignorance is material consciousness, which must be killed by spiritual consciousness or Krishna consciousness. The word Bija Nirharanam refers to burning the root cause of material life to ashes. In the Medini dictionary, yoga is explained by its result. Yoge purvata sampraptaho sangati dhyana yuktishu. When one is put into an awkward position because of ignorance, the process by which one can be freed from this entanglement is called yoga. This is also called liberation. Muktir itva anyata rupam swarupena vyavastitihi. Mukti means giving up one's position in ignorance or illusion by which one thinks in a way contrary to his constitutional position. Returning to one's constitutional position is called mukti, and the process by which one does this is called yoga. Thus, yoga is above karma, jnana, and sankhya. Indeed, yoga is the ultimate goal of life. Krishna therefore advised Arjuna to become a yogi. Tasmad yogi bhavarjuna. Lord Krishna further advised in Bhagavad Gita that the first class yogi is he who has come to the platform of devotional service. Yoginam api sarvesham madgaterantaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamo mataha. Of all yogis, he who always abides in me with great faith worshipping me in transcendental loving service is most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. Thus, one who always thinks of Krishna within the core of his heart is the best yogi. By practicing this best of all yoga systems, one is liberated from the material condition. This is a Srila Prabhupada purport. Share this one from prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Pandeham Shri Gurum Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yatkrupa tamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Om Pavitra Pavitro Va Sarvavastam Gatopi Va Yasmare Pundari Kaksham Sabhyabhyantaram Suchi Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu. So again, thank you so much, Prabhuji and Matajis. And I'm not qualified to speak Srimad Bhagavatam, but all the my Guru Maharaj and all the Siksha Gurus make me to speak what they realized. It's their mercy, whatever credit, whatever, if I speak anything beneficial for you, it's their credit. I'm just an instrument in the puppet, and just like puppet in their hands. I'm seeking blessings from my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, and our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. With their blessings, I'll try to speak something on the Srimad Bhagavatam. And I really grateful to be part of Gachibowli Satsang, led by His Grace Lilananda Prabhu and Her Grace Anuradha Mataji. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Prabhuji. And every Saturdays, we got the opportunity as preachers. This is try to improve ourselves, try to speak Srimad Bhagavatam, express our ideas, share our realizations, our understandings, and correct ourselves, learn. So these are this is the opportunity. So again, I'm very grateful to Prabhuji, Lilan Prabhu, and Mataji. And I really seek blessings and prayers from our preachers group, Subbarao Prabhu, Praveen Prabhu, families, Subbarao Prabhu family, Praveen Prabhu family, Akinjan Prabhu family, Udan Prabhu family, Mahesh Prabhu family, Sri Gopal Prabhu family, Lalit Mohan Prabhu family, Santosh Aditya Prabhu family, Mahalingavaya Prabhu family, Prasad Prabhu family. It's very wonderful to see, Prasad Prabhu just joined Krishna consciousness just 2.5 years ago, it seems. See, that's the beauty of Krishna consciousness, It touches the heart. It touches the heart. Then what happens? To share this knowledge. Yeah, I got the some happiness by understanding proper knowledge. And I'm sharing. I want to share the desire to distribute this knowledge is wonderful. Prasad Prabhu and Madhavi Mata is a wonderful couple. Recently joined in our preachers group, and they are doing wonderful programs in their community, in their nearby locality. And thank you so much for all the wonderful Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis assembled here. I seek blessings, prayers, because some of you are elder than me, some of you are younger than me, some are kind of equal. So I seek all of your blessings. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Let us discuss. So now, Prabhupada wonderfully explained in this purport. Let me read this translation. This is teachings. These are the teachings by Prahlad Maharaj. He is saying to his friends in his ashram, Gurukula ashram, right? Therefore, my dear friends, O sons of the demons, your duty is to take Krishna consciousness. We have seen in Bhakta Prahlad movie, very long back, around close to 70, 50, 60 years back, I think, 60. It's still, when I watched that movie, they wonderfully depicted the pastimes of Lord Narasimhadev and Prahlad Maharaj. Bhakta Prahlad movie, Telugu movie. Narayana, Narayana. There are wonderful songs. Narayana mantram, Shriman Narayana bhajanam. In that ashram, he is singing. So this is the description, this sloka from Bhagavatam. What he is saying is to his friends, for this ashram, your duty is to take Krishna consciousness, which can burn, very important thing, which can burn the seed of fruitive activities artificially created by the modes of material nature, and stop the flow of the intelligence in wakefulness, dreaming, and deep sleep. In other words, when one takes to Krishna consciousness, his ignorance is immediately dissipated. So that is a power of devotional service, practicing Bhakti Yoga. Right? Prabhupada writes in his purpose, right? Bhakti Yoga means devotional service. He didn't put devotion, no. Devotion with activity, devotion with service. Right? Which can burn the seed of fruitive activities artificially created by the three modes. Right? So why? Because why these karmic activities is created? Because of the three modes of material nature. Mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. Right? So because it's fruitive activities, karma phala. If you do good, you get good. If you do bad, you get bad karmas. So he's acting. The modes is very difficult. The three modes are very difficult to cross over, and it applicable to our bodies and in the nature. How it applicable in our bodies? Sometimes we think some good thoughts, sometimes mixed passionable thoughts, sometimes ignorant way of dealing things, right? So Bhakti Yoga address, Krishna consciousness addresses, burns the seeds of these all karma kanda, karma philosophy, bad activities, right? So right, and it stops the flow of the intelligence in wakefulness. So that means, what is that? Flow of the intelligence in wakefulness, dreaming, and deep sleep. Jagruti, Shushupti, and Nidravastha. 3 states, right? We experience this in our bodies, right? Wakefulness, dreaming state, and deep sleep. Deep sleep is Samadhi. Dreaming state, when we slept, we get some dreams. Soul is active, right? How are we experiencing these 3 states of consciousness? Because of soul is active. So what is saying? Stop the flow of the intelligence in wakefulness. That means material desires. When we practice the Bhakti Yoga, it stops eventually. That's where Krishna consciousness is a gradual elevation process. It's not a one day overnight process. It's a lifetime process, right? In other words, one can takes the Krishna consciousness. His ignorance is immediately dissipated. Ignorance is, what is ignorance? In one statement. Can anybody say what is the ignorance? His ignorance is immediately dissipated. What is ignorance? Or her ignorance? Just now.
Thinking everything that is I am, I.
Yes, bodily concept of life. Mataji, Prabhupada writes in purports. I am this body. I'm not spiritual. That kind of thing. And ignorance is forgetfulness of Krishna, forgetfulness of our identity, forgetfulness of our purpose. Right? That's the ignorance. Everything is addressed through Krishna consciousness. So Prabhupada starts purport with this wonderful verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, 14th chapter, 26th verse. What is saying? Mam yoga vicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. See, that's the beauty of Srila Prabhupada's purports. See, where he connected this verse from Bhagavatam to Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavatam 7th canto, 7th chapter 28 to Bhagavad Gita 14th chapter 28, 26 verse. It also addresses same thing, three modes of material nature. See how the meaning is. One who engages in full devotion service, who does not fall down in any circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. That's where he is giving complete understanding. What he's saying? By practice of Bhakti Yoga, one immediately comes to the spiritual platform. If we take bead bag, if we take beats, start chanting, even though our mind wandering here and there, but still it's powerful. We are acting on the spiritual platform because the holy name situated beyond the three modes, right? Shuddha, it's situated beyond the three modes. That's why it's called Shuddha Sattva platform. We are acting on the Shuddha Sattva platform because there is no difference between Krishna and his holy name, right? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So immediately comes to the spiritual platform, transcendental to the action and reactions of the three modes of material nature. That's where, if we seriously take this process, Prabhupada is saying here, transcendental to actions and reactions of the three modes of material nature. We take seriousness in the process, it is definitely is going to works in one's life. We can see, we can experience the bliss in this very lifetime by chanting the holy names of the Lord, right? Sitting these days, nowadays, this quality, like, sitting one place without moving, focusing on one thing is very difficult, right? That creates a good consciousness, good strength to understand things when we act on the spiritual platform, right? The root of ignorance is material consciousness, right? Materialistic way of life. What is the material consciousness? What is that material consciousness? A wonderful verse is in Mahabharata. Anybody remember? Anybody recollected?
Ahara nitra bhayamaithunam cha.
Samanyametam pashubinaram. That's the thing. Material consciousness. What is that? Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Ahara nidra bhayamaithunam cha. Just like animalistic way of life. Animals also enjoying this in those four activities: eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Right? That's the thing. Material consciousness. The root of ignorance is material consciousness, which must be killed by spiritual consciousness or Krishna consciousness. The word bija nirharanam refers to burning the root cause of material life to ashes. Right? See, that is the beauty. See, Prabhupada is a wise Jagadguru. See, he is taking another quote from another verse from one of the different dictionaries there in the Vedic literature to understand particular meanings. So what is this? What is saying here? In the Medini dictionary, yoga is explained by its result. Yoga purvatra sampraptu Sangati Dhyana Yuktishu. When one is put into an awkward position because of ignorance, the process by which one can be freed from this entanglement is called yoga. Yoga is to link, to establish our connection with the Supreme. How? By practicing Bhakti Yoga. When we act on the Bhakti Yoga platform, we are situated in the liberated mode, liberated platform. And this is also called liberation. The meaning is same, Prabhupada. Another quote from Muktir hitva anyata rupam swarupena vyavastitihi. Mukti means giving up one's position in ignorance or illusion, by which one thinks in a way contrary to his constitutional position. What is that constitutional position? What is our constitutional position here? Prabhupada is finding out. By which one thinks in a way contrary to his constitutional position. What is our original position actually?
Jivera Swarupe Krishnera Nitya.
Jivera Swarupa Krishnera Nityadas. That is our constitutional position. We never ever become a master. We are always servant of servant of servant of servant of servant. Gopi Bhartul Padakamalayur Dasa 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 Dasa. Jivera Swarupa. Our Swarupa, our identity is to serve the Lord. Simple. That's the position. So returning to one's constitutional position is called mukti. And the process by which one does this is called yoga. Thus yoga is above, this yoga is above karma, jnana, sankhya. Indeed, yoga is the ultimate goal of life. Krishna therefore advised. Again, one more verse. Prabhupada is quoting from Srimad Bhagavatam. Yoginam api sarvesham adgater antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamo mata. Who is the best yogi? This is the definition of the best yogi. From Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter, 47 verse. Of all yogis who always abides in me with great faith, worshipping me in transcendental loving service, is most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. That's it. It is here all Krishna is defined. Who is the best yogi? Who always thinks about him. How can we think? By chanting the holy names of the Lord, by hearing about him. Always. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantasya dridhavrata namasyantasya mam bhaktya nitya yukta upasate. Another verse says in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination. We have to be determined to practice Krishna consciousness. So, how can we get that determination? Of course, without the mercy of gurus, Siksha gurus, Diksha gurus, without understanding proper knowledge, without putting to practice, we cannot get the determination. Thus, one who always thinks of Krishna within the core of his heart is the best yogi. By practicing the best of all yoga systems, one is liberated from the material condition. So this is the fortunate thing in Bhakti Yoga. What is that? One is liberated from the material condition. Even though we are in the material world, even though we see these dualities in this material world, that is a fortunate thing if we act on the spiritual platform. Like Krishna, always think about Krishna and never forgets about him. Krishna consciousness is, that's one single definition. What is that? Always remember Krishna, never forgets him. How can we do that? By practicing Bhakti Yoga, linking ourselves through loving devotional service. Right? So that's what it is. In the next verse, wonderful, another complete Bhakti Yoga described in these some verses. Let me read the purports and discussions there. Of the different processes recommended for disentanglement from material life, the one personally explained and accepted by the Supreme Personality of Godhead should be considered all perfect. That process is the performance of duties by which love for the Supreme Lord develops. So the Bhakti Yoga process is going to disentanglement from materialistic way of life. Right? and one personally explained and accepted by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We have to understand from the scriptures. We have to understand from our gurus, the realized persons. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna himself establishes, I am the Supreme. How? There is one wonderful verse in Bhagavad Gita. What is it? Anybody remember? Krishna himself establishes his position in the Bhagavad Gita. The Supreme Personality of Godhead. It starts with the Chatusloki Bhagavata, first verse. Aham sarvasya prabho attas sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. I am the source. He is the source. All spiritual and material worlds. He himself establishes his position. Supremacy. Supremacy in all of his creation, whether material world and spiritual world.
And
Right.
Matta Parataram Nanyat, one more verse also.
Yeah, thank you, Lavanya.
No truth superior to me.
Yes. Matta parataram nanyat kinchidas dhananjaya mayi sarvam idam protam sutre maniganaiva. No one is equal, no one is greater than. Apaurushaya is that's his position, right? That's where Supreme Personality of the position is. Right? So this verse, what Prabhupada is saying, we'll learn from Prabhupada purport. We'll learn from Prabhupada what he's saying in this verse. Among the linking process that elevate one from bondage to material contamination, the one recommended by the Supreme Personality of Godhead should be accepted as the best. That process is clearly explained in Bhagavad Gita, where the Lord says, this is the confidence and very potent verse. And this is the Charama Slokam. Somebody calls this Charama Slokam. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami masucha. Abandon all varieties of religion, just surrender unto me. This process is best because the Lord assures, aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami masucha. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. How one will get sinful reactions? Due to different activities, material activities, sinful activities. So don't fear, do not fear. I am there to help you. What he is looking for us, from us? What is he looking from us? Surrender. Surrendering to Supreme Lord. There is no need to be worried, for the Lord himself assures that he will care for his devotee. See, Prabhupada is giving confidence statements. For the Lord himself assures that he will care for his devotee and save him from the reactions of sinful activities. So material bondage is a result of sinful activity. Therefore, since the Lord assures that he will dissipate the results of routine material activities, there is no need to be worried. This process of understanding one's position as spirit soul and then engaging oneself in devotional service is therefore the best. The best. Bhakti yoga is the elevator process. There is a jnana. Krishna explains sequentially, one by one. Karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga. Dhyana is Ashtanga yoga also. Then ultimately Bhakti yoga. Right? If you take a Bhagavad Gita, if you take a jewel box, for example, the below part is 6 chapters of first. This is Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says this example. Today is disappearance day. Let us talk about that Vaishnava Acharya for 1 or 2 minutes. So he is saying this example. What is that? If you take a jewel box, the bottom of the jewel box is 6 chapters of first 6 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita. The top portion of the box cover call the another 6 chapters. That is made that from 13 chapter to 18 verse. Okay, in the box jewel is there. The jewel like chapters from 7th chapter to 12th chapter. Complete. It's a Bhakti yoga. The first is Karma yoga, then Bhakti yoga, just like jewel like, and Jnana yoga. The example is given by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So, very detailed explanations, very detailed conversation between Krishna and Arjuna. What is the best yoga? But how can I practice? And everything is addressed. Everything discussed in those 7 chapters of Bhagavad Bhakti Yoga. Okay, so then engaging oneself in devotional service is therefore the best. The entire Vedic program is based on this principle, and one can understand it as recommended in the Vedas, right? So this is one of the another verse. That's a beauty again. I always mesmerize about the Prabhupada's purports, linking connected verses from different scriptures. Yasya deve para bhaktiri yata deve tata guru tasyaite kataihi artha prakashante mahatmanaha. Unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both the Lord and the spiritual master, all the imports of Vedic knowledge are automatically revealed. Shvetasvatara Upanishad 6:22. Okay. Now, what this verse is saying, importance of Guru, importance of to take shelter the lotus feet of the Guru. Very, very important statement. This is from Shvetasvatara Upanishad. Unto those great souls who have implicit faith in the both Lord and the spiritual master, all the imports Vedic knowledge are automatically revealed. You have to faith in the Lord as well as spiritual master. Vijnanartham swabhagam vigached. If in order to understand spiritual knowledge, we have to approach a spiritual master. So we are situated in our Iskcon, Srila Prabhupada and all Vaishnava Acharyas, situated in the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, right? Guru Shishya Parampara, Evam Parampara Praptam. We are situated, and all these purports is aligned with Guru Parampara, aligned with authentic way of presentation. It's not adulterated, self-motivated, not own interpretations. It's directly, that's why Prabhupada writes that title as it is. We have to receive the same knowledge as Krishna is given to Arjuna. Similarly, we have to understand from in a proper, authentic way. Guru Shishya Parampara. One must accept the pure devotee, the representative of God, as one's Guru, and then offer him all respects. One would offer the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the secret of success. We cannot understand the spiritual knowledge on our own selves. We require spiritual master. In our Iskcon movement, Siksha Gurus, Diksha Gurus are prominent. Siksha Gurus are giving proper Siksha, training, how to practice devotional service. Diksha Guru, Diksha, he initiates the process, formal initiation, beginning. That's you situated in the Guru Parampara system and practice complete life in this life. For one who adopts this method, the perfect process is revealed. In this verse, the words Yair Ajnasaratihi indicate that by offering service and surrendering to the spiritual master, one is elevated to devotional service. And by performing devotional service, one gradually becomes attached to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because of this attachment to the Lord, one can understand the Lord. In other words, one can understand what the Lord's position is, what our position is, and what our relationship is. All this can be understood very easily by the simple method of Bhakti Yoga, devotional service. As soon as one is situated on the platform of Bhakti Yoga, the root cause of one's suffering and material bondage is destroyed. Again, Prabhupada himself says we are acting on the liberated platform. Krishna consciousness is situated on the 3 modes of beyond the 3 modes of middle nature. This is clearly explained in the next verse, which gives the secret of success. Now, I need help from all of you. Let us read in an interactive session another 2 verses. Okay, so this wonderful verse, another verse. See, Guru Shushashya Bhaktya Sarva Labdhya Panena cha Sanghena Sadhu Bhaktanam Ishwaradhanena cha Shraddhaya Tatkatam cha Kirtanai Gunakarmanam Tat Padam Buruhu Dhyana Tat Linge Ksharana Bhi. Please read, anybody, please. This translation, Prabhuji says, Mataji, anybody raise hand or unmute yourself and read this. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Satyadev Prabhu, Dhanavram. Please read, Prabhu.
Yeah, Dhanavram. One must accept the bona fide spiritual master and render service unto him with great devotion and faith. Whatever one has in one's possession should be offered to the spiritual master, and in the association of the saintly persons and devotees, one should worship the Lord, hear the glories of the Lord with faith, glorify the transcendental qualities and activities of the Lord, always meditate the Lord's lotus feet, and worship the deity of the Lord strictly according to the injunctions of the Shastras and Guru.
Teachings, Prabhupada teachings. So,
Can I read
according,
that?
yes, you can read, Prabhu. Yeah, I'll. So, what he's saying here, it's a definition how one should practice devotional service, right? One must accept a bona fide spiritual master. Krishna himself shows an example, right? Who went to which ashram he went to take instructions as a disciple? Which
Sandeepa Muni.
Sandeep. He showed Krishna and Balaram went to that Sandeep Muni ashram. He shows an example, and Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that instruction, Tad Vidhi Pranipatena Pariprashnena Sevaya Upadekshante Jnanam Jnaninas Tattvadarshinaha. Tattvadarshina means who has seen the truth, who understand Krishna, who experienced Krishna every time. How can we approach that person? How can we identify that person who has seen the truth? How can approach? Krishna himself says, by rendering humble, put ourselves in a humble state, servitude mood, with sincere efforts to please that Guru. What he is going to give? He is impart the spiritual knowledge. He gives Bhakti Lata Bija. He gives Bhakti Lata Bija. There is one verse, right? Bhakti Lata Bija. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jiva Guru Krishna Prasade Paya Bhakti Lata Bija. Bhakti Lata Bija we get from who has seen the truth, spiritual master. He experienced, he get that eternal happiness by performing devotional service. Srila Prabhupada is the best we can see in this lifetime. See, he went to US with just 40 rupees in our Indian currency. How he started movement? Because he is a pure devotee, because he is the puppet hands of in his Guru's instructions, in his Guru's hands. He took hold of that Guru's instructions, life and soul, started this movement. Krishna Consciousness, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. It's not a national society, international society. That means there is no caste, creed, no gender differentiation. Anybody can practice Bhakti Yoga at any point of time, at any place. So that's the thing. The importance of Guru, this verse says, okay? Right? And association of saintly persons, Sadhu Sangha also. Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha hoy, Lavamatra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi hoy. Sarva Siddhi hoy, what Sarva Siddhi? We attracted to Krishna, we attracted the process, we get the inspiration from the Sadhu Sangha. We get the inspiration through Sadhu Sangha, right? When we see material association and spiritual Sadhu Sangha association, there is a lot of difference. In spiritual association, what we do? Sadhu Sangha, we glorify Supreme Lord. We glorify, we hear, we chant, we dance. Ultimately, we wonderful prasadam, we feast. See, Prabhupada says chanting, dancing, and feasting. Bhakti Yoga is nothing. Chanting, dancing, feasting. That way, how effectively he preached to the Westerners. right? That gulab jamun in front of matchless gifts in 26th Avenue, the first center of Iskcon in US, that changed the person's life. Iskcon bullets, gulab jamuns. With love and devotion, he offered to Krishna, put in front of this storefront. The people took that and he became a great devotee. Many examples. Now we have seen Vaishnavacharyas in our parampara, right? How they get attracted, how he influenced, how he preached, how he taught this knowledge. Simply, see, if you read the Prabhupada purports and translation, a layman, a simple words, can be able to understand. It's English, simple English language. So it is, this verse says about the importance of to approach a spiritual master, take shelter, get the diksha, and practice devotional life. And today's Bhagavatam session is applicable for me. Whatever, if anything, I wanted to get motivated by reading this, repeated reading these instructions in the Bhagavatam. I have specifically chosen this topic today because a couple of days ago I heard from this lecture from Srila Prabhupada. Make advantage of the technology, Prabhuji's and Mataji's. There is a transcripts, okay, in the Veda base. Prabhupada recording is there as well as Prabhupada's transcript is there. So you can hear from by playing audio, by going through this text, audio text. You may make use of this. This was in Kenya. Mombasa is a city of Kenya. This was a lecture given in 1971, right? How many years? 40 years, 50 years, 52 years, no? 51 years back. 51 years back, this lecture in Kenya, African country, black people, right?
Prabhuji, can you paste this link in our group, Prabhuji? I want to listen.
What, Prabhu?
Can you copy this link in our group so that we will listen to the same lecture?
Yeah. And all these verses I took it from his lecture. All these verses. Yeah. So let us read this. You can read, Prabhu, this paragraph, Satyadeva Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. In the previous verse, it has been said that the process which immediately increases one's love and affection for the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the best of the many thousands of ways to become free from the entanglement of the material existence. It is also said, Dharmasya Tatvin Nahitam Guhayam. Actually, the truth of religious principles is extremely confidential. Nonetheless, it can be understood very easily if one actually adopts the principle of religion. As it is said, dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. The process of religion is enunciated by the Supreme Lord because he is the supreme authority. This is also indicated in the previous verses by the word Bhagavadoditaha. The injunctions of the directions of the Lord of fallible and their benefits are fully assured according to his direction, which are explained in this verse. The perfect form of religion is Bhakti Yoga.
Yes, Prabhu. So Dharmantu Sakshat Bhagavat Pranitam. So what is that? Dharmantu Sakshat Bhagavat Pranitam. The process of religion is enunciated by the Supreme Lord because he is the supreme authority. Dharma. Our dharma is eternal. See, Sanatana Dharma. What is that Sanatana Dharma? We are inseparable entities from Krishna, right? We are inseparable. We come from Krishna. We have eternal identity with Krishna, right? Is situated in everyone's heart. Sarvasya chaham hrudi sannivisto. We have our eternal relationship with Krishna. That's why eternal Father, right? What is that?
Aham bija pradap.
Aham bija pradapita. Aham bija pradapita. I am the seed giving Father. Of course, we have our biological material parents, or parents there, but who is the source? Source is Krishna. That's where Dharmantu Sakshat Bhagavad Pranitam. The perfect form of religion is Bhakti Yoga, is saying. According to his directions, which are explained in this verse, the perfect form of religion is Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga. To practice Bhakti Yoga again. How to practice Bhakti Yoga? Another beautiful verse from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu from Sri Rupa Goswami. We are going to read in our Bhakti Shastri course from Srila Rupa Goswami. Wonderful verse. To practice Bhakti Yoga, one must first accept a bona fide spiritual master. Guru Padashrayas Tasmat Krishna Dikshadi Sikshanam Vishrambhena Guru Seva Sadhu Vartmanu Vartanam Sadharma Pricha Bhogadi Tyaga Krishnasya Hetave. The meaning is one's first duty to accept a bona fide spiritual master. The student or disciple should be very inquisitive. He should be eagerness and inquisitive to know the complete truth about eternal religion, Sanatana Dharma. The words Guru Shushraya mean that one should personally serve the spiritual master by giving him bodily comforts, helping him bathing, dressing, sleeping, eating, and so on. There are servants in our Iskcon also for the His Holiness, various gurus, initiated Diksha gurus. Servants, they help. Now we have seen His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. The servants so lovingly serving spiritual master. This is called Guru Shushra, Guru Sushru Sanam. Great opportunity. If you get the opportunity, like serving the direct spiritual master through these activities, it's a great opportunity. It's a fortunate thing. Guru Shushru Sanam. A disciple should serve the spiritual master as a menial servant. Whatever he has in his position should be dedicated to the spiritual master. So that is the mood. When we sit on Vyasasana and discuss about the Bhagavatam, it's their credit I'm speaking. I'm nothing. I'm just trying to be humble. I have so many anarthas in my heart. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madhamachar, Arishad Vargalu, conditioning state. But still, I wanted to please my Guru, Srila Prabhupada, whatever, best of my capacity. Trying to be menial servant. Pranair, Harthair, Dhiya, Vacha. Everyone has his life, his wealth, his intelligence, his words. Pranair, Harthair, Dhiya, Vacha. Life, wealth, intelligence, and words. And all of them should be offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead through the medium of spiritual master. Everything should be offered to the spiritual master as a matter of duty, but the offering should be made to the spiritual master with heart and soul, not artificially to gain material prestige. This offering is called Arpana. Moreover, one should live among devotees, saintly persons, learn the etiquette, proper behavior of devotional service. So today, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's disappearance, what he is saying, Prabhupada writes in his commentary, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Baladeva Vidyabhushana, Sridhara Swami, these are all in our Guru Parampara, great elevated personalities. Before Srila Prabhupada, hundreds, 200, 300 years back, these Vaishnava Acharyas written commentaries. That's the beauty of Guru Parampara. He's taking how this Vaishnava Acharya quoting, how this Vaishnava Acharya is specifying this element, this topic. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur remarks in this connection that whatever is offered to a spiritual master should be offered with love and affection, not for material adoration. Similarly, it is recommended that one associate with devotees, but there must be some discrimination. Actually, a sadhu, a saintly person, must be saintly in his behavior. Sadhava sadachara. Unless one adheres to a standard behavior, one's position as sadhu, a saintly person, is not completed. There is a big book in our Iskcon, Vaishnava Sadacharya, etiquette in Vaishnava. How one person needs to be in temple, what kind of dress he has to wear, what are the proper behavior, what is the attitude, what is the mood, how to respect women and men, everybody. So everything is described in the Vaishnava etiquette book, Vaishnava Sadachara. Unless one adheres to the standard behavior, one's position as sadhu, say saintly person, is not complete. Therefore, a Vaishnava, a sadhu, must completely adhere to the standard of behavior. Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that a Vaishnava, a person initiated into the Vaishnava cult, should be offered the respect befitting a Vaishnava, which means that he should be offered service and prayers. However, one should not associate with him if he is not a fit person with whom to associate. We have to be careful. We have to be careful about our dealings, right? So Vaishnava Acharya, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, anybody remember? Every day we recite, every day in Mangalarati, you remember, right? Samsara Davana. That prayer is written by Vishwanath Chakravarti. And in the last verse, what is that? 8th verse. What is that? Anybody?
Yasya prasada bhagavat prasad.
Thank you, John. Yasya prasada bhagavat prasado, yasya prasada nagati kutopi, dhyayanstuvam stasya yashastri sandhyam, vande guru Shri Charanaravindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanaravindam. Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. We have to take shelter of the lotus feet of spiritual master. That is the only way. That is the only option we have in order to practice Bhakti Yoga and elevate ourselves and achieve our purpose. Utilize the human form of life. Durlabha Manusha Janma. Prahlad Maharaj teaches this instruction. Durlabha Manusha Janma. After 84 lakh species of life, we got this body. And it's very rare. We may come back to material pool and these different species if we cannot utilize this human form of life. What is the difference between animal and human? Animal doesn't have the discrimination power, instinctive behavior. Whereas humans, distinctive, which is good, which is bad, which is temporary, which is material, which is eternal. This discrimination power only there in human beings. So we have to utilize for our human form of life and understand the purpose. Surrender to the lotus feet of Supreme Lord and pure devotee. Through the pure devotee, we can clearly understand Supreme Lord's position and our position. What is the mood that we need to worship, right? So that means Bhakti Yoga. You are all very fortunate. You can say that you're all here, including me, 29 here. You're all very fortunate to understand these teachings from scriptures, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. How we become fortunate? You are sitting and hearing, right? You have many other engagements. You can Saturday, corporate life. If you are in corporate life, Saturday is a holiday. You can do many other things, but in the morning time, you come here. You are attending these sessions. You are understanding the spiritual knowledge from Prabhupada and his purports. You are fortunate. You are situated in the liberated platform. Right? Bhakti Yoga is situated in the liberated platform. Yeah. This okay. Yes. This last verse, I will take it here and will share a few more things. One of the important verses. Hari sarveshu bhuteshu bhagavan asta ishvaraha iti bhutani manasa kamaisthai sadhu manayet. He's talking about the respect. It's talking about the respect. We have to respect every living entity. One should always remember the Supreme Personality of Godhead is Godhead in his localized representation as the Paramatma, who is situated in the core of every living entity's heart. Thus, one should offer respect to the every living entity according to that living entity's position of manifestation. So, with this purport, I'll conclude and I'll share a few more. Today, Vasanta Panchami Day, today is various Acharyas' appearance and disappearance day. I can talk one minute, then we'll wrap up. So read, anybody wants to read this purport? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Matajis. Are you with me?
Yeah. Shall I read? Shall I read, Prabhuji?
Yeah. Please read, Mataji.
Harihi Sarveshu Bhuteshu. This statement is, oh, sorry, some noise is outside. I can't read. Please ask.
Okay. I can read it, Prabhuji.
Yeah, please read it, Prabhuji, please.
Purport. Harihi Sarveshu Bhuteshu. This statement is sometimes misunderstood by unscrupulous persons who wrongly conclude that because Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is situated in every living entity is therefore Hari. These persons do not distinguish between the Atma and Paramatma, who are situated in every body. The Atma is the living entity, and the Paramatma is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The individual living entity, however, is different from the Paramatma, the Supreme Lord. Therefore, Hari Sarveshu Bhuteshu means that Hari is situated as Paramatma, not as Atma, although Atma is a part of Paramatma. Offering respect to every living entity means offering respect to the Paramatma situated in every living entity. One should not misunderstand every living entity to be the Paramatma. Sometimes unscrupulous persons designate a living entity as Daridra Narayana, Swami Narayana, this Narayana or that Narayana. One should clearly understand that although Narayana is situated in the core of the heart of every living entity, the living entity never becomes Narayana.
So yeah, distinguishes the Atma and the Paramatma, and we have to respect every living entity because Paramatma possesses in that body. That's what it is saying, right? So sometimes, he's saying Prabhupada's unscrupulous persons designate every living entity is a Paramatma. Say, sometimes, names, different names, Ridha Narayana, Swami Narayana, this Narayana, that Narayana. One should clearly understand that although Narayana is situated in the core of the heart of every living entity, the living entity never becomes Narayana. Paramatma is, we get the understanding of who is Paramatma, what is the soul. Soul comes from Paramatma, right? But he's saying here, although Atma is a part of Paramatma, same verse. What is that? Verse from Bhagavad Gita. One sloka especially talks about this one. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Uddeshu Arjuna Tishtati. Sarva Bhutanam Uddesha is situated as a Paramatma. Sarva Bhutanam. Sama Sarva is same connected words, right? Sarva Bhuteshu. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Uddesh. That's where you have to give proper respect to each living entity. That means that's devotional qualities that respect everybody properly because Paramatma is situated in this body, in that body. Yeah. So ultimately, today's teachings from Prahlad Maharaj, one should take seriousness in consciousness, approach a spiritual master, practice Bhakti Yoga under his guidance. Ultimately, that is the thing, right? So in our Iskcon, proper system is established, right? Proper system is established. We have number of Diksha Gurus in our movement, right? Number of Diksha Gurus who give initiation. So how to get attracted to, how to connect with this multiple Guru system in our Iskcon, who inspires a lot. We try to hear their lectures. We try to hear their contributions towards. We try to see how much he is dedicated, how long he is serving in the mission, how especially connection, how we establish our connection with that spiritual master, and it's going to be a lifetime. That's why we have to choose properly. If it is connects to you, and if it's situated properly, is serving Prabhupada, we can choose. We have one number of Maharajas, right? So, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, His Holiness Radhana Swami Maharaj, my Guru Maharaj, Udayand Prabhu, His Holiness Rompa Swami Maharaj, Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj, Teja Mata is, no, she took from Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj, Bhakti Vikas Maharaj. So these are all great Vaishnava devotees, Diksha Gurus. How they become Diksha Gurus? The proper service, how you push forward this movement through no boundaries. No boundaries. So Bhakti Yoga is to perform devotional service under the instructions of Guru, take instructions from Siksha Gurus. The Diksha Gurus, what we commit, try to follow without fail, right? We take vows in front of Guru Maharaj, like I will do 16 rounds of japa every day, following 4 regulative principles. Why we need to follow 4 regulative principles? We have to be situated in the dharma. We have to be follow dharma. Satyam, Saucham, Daya. Satyam, Saucham, Tapa, Daya. Right? 4 pillars of we have to be situated in the dharma. No meat eating, no intoxication, no illnesses, and no gambling. And serve in Srila Prabhupada mission. If I in my Guru Maharaj, in front of him, I did I took vows like actually when I read through these verses, I wanted to share one pic. Maybe you get some inspiration. Not to show, just want to share my initiation picture. I wanted to always remember that moment. This was in US with 2015, around June 1st, May 31st, I think. With the help of, with the recommendation of my Siksha Guru, His Grace Yugal Kishore Prabhu, we all heard his lecture a couple of years back. When we were in US, he was my counselor, and he recommended for taking first initiation from His Holiness Radhana Swami Maharaj, Gauranga Prabhu also there. There are other Vaishnava devotees also there. So what I took, what I given was in front of my Guru Maharaj, chant the 16 rounds of japa on Japamala beads, following 4 regulative principles, and follow in the Srila Prabhupada mission as a servant of servant of servant. These are the 3 instructions. Always remember our Guru's instructions. That's why Prabhupada nicely established, right? Nicely established this system of Mangalarati. But we recite first prayer, Samsaradama. Vande Guru Sri Charana Ravindam. That's the thing. With that Guru Maharaj mercy only we can continue. We can render devotional service. With their mercy, blessings. Right. And I got fortunate enough in US. I served with the help of another Siksha Gurus from Laguna Beach. I wanted to remember on this occasion when I read through these verses. I immediately wanted to recollect Prabhuji and Mataji's, because their mercy, I'm trying to be following the path till now with their mercy. So here in Laguna Beach Temple, Tukaram Prabhu, Rupanuga Prabhu, recommended for my second initiation. I served deities. Sri Panchatattva, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasavi, Gaur Bhaktavranda, Laguna Beach Temple, and now in Hyderabad also. With all of your blessings and prayers, um, trying to be serving. I have given a service of dressing the Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra Devi, worshipping Mangalarati, 4:30 Mangalarati call, Mangalarati worship. Every time I go Sunday, they have given me for Mangalarati 4:30. I do worship because see, it's on their behalf of we are worshipping. First we take blessings from the gurus and then we worship. We are not in a situation to worship. With their mercy, with their mercy, we are trying to serve the Lord. They are elevated personalities. They have seen truth. They understood. They realized. Right. That's what I wanted to share. And today, there are various festivals. Right. Today in Vaishnava calendar, these are the alerts. Vasanta Panchami is today, Saraswati Puja today, and Srila Raghunath Das Goswami appearance. Last time when Yugalakishore Prabhu discussed about Raghunath Das Goswami, he has written one book. Anybody remember that book? Raghunath Das Goswami.
Manasiksha.
Manasiksha. Training to our mind is appearance today. And Raghunandana Thakur appearance, Pundarika Vidyanidhi appearance, and Srimati Vishnu Priya Devi appearance, concert of Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur disappearance. So, say appearance and disappearance of Vaishnava Acharyas is a celebration. Appearance means they come for deliver. Disappearance means they go back home, back to God. Both occasions are blissful and happy state occasions. That's why we celebrate in our Iskcon appearance and disappearance. Srila Prabhupada appearance day, Srila Prabhupada disappearance day. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati appearance day, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj disappearance day. Right? So Vasanta Panchami significance you all know. Vasanta Panchami, right? What you see in this picture? One common point. Anybody say?
Yellow.
Prabhu, Praveen Prabhu, you said something. Praveen Prabhu, Aparna Lekha, Aribol?
Yes, Prabhuji. This yellow, everywhere is yellow.
Yes. Yes, yellow. Yes. So actually, Vasanta Panchami is the first day of spring in our India. On the 5th day of waxing moon, one should celebrate the coming of spring to Vrindavana by offering Krishna many types of leaves and flowers, fresh shoots of sprouting grasses, things that symbolizes life and new growth. So, following the footsteps of Rajavasis of Vrindavana, one should paint designs on his body and perform a special arati. This is in Vrindavana worship. In our temple today, in our Iskcon Abbots temple, we have a festival. If anybody with proper COVID behavior, please come and participate. We have a wonderful festival celebrated in our Abbots temple. It starts at 7 o'clock, but all day Kirtan is going on today. Special Pushpa Abhishekam also celebrated from 7 p.m. onwards. We are all part of Abbots temple only. As Gachibowli Satsang, we are doing wonderful book distribution. Possible, please come and celebrate and take blessings from Shri Radha Madan Mohan. They decorate already, I think decorated in, we'll get the pictures, I will share in group, in the yellow dress, yellow garments, Pasupudanam, yellow. I wanted to show one video, then we'll wrap up. It's a beautiful video from, because I connected from Pune. I always a special place in my heart, that Pune. So let me share that video. Let us blissfully see that video. One second. It's already open. Let me share. One second, Prabhuji. Mataji. Let us see this video. You are able to see, right, Prabhuji and Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhuji and Matajis. Anybody have anything to share, add, or ask any questions? Whatever possible, whatever I know, I can share. Or otherwise, I will take help from Lilananda Prabhu and share it with you all. So please, if you want to share or add anything or share your realizations, because you're also following since a couple of years. Please share. Gaurav Prabhu, Praveen Prabhu, Mahalinga Ayer Prabhu, Suma Mataji. Please share your relations, and if you want to discuss anything for a couple of minutes, please, it's your time, Prabhuji and Mataji. And again,
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
yes,
Thank you
Prabhu.
so much for, see, today we have not spent so much time with deities or with all those Maharajas as you spent, and you are their representative for us in bringing their message to us. And thank you so much for doing that today, Prabhu. Want to hear more and more of your experiences, Prabhu, your experiences with Maharajas and people that you spent, yeah, because we never get so closely to spend time with somebody who spent time with them, basically.
Vani Seva only, Prabhuji. I don't have much Vapu Seva, only blissful visions, personal experience. Only, see, during my second initiation, that always I remember lifetime moment, and never forget that moment. During second initiation and my first initiation also. See, actually, in my first initiation, what happened? His Holiness Giriraj Swami Maharaj also there in that assembly of devotees. He was looking he was looking to that Maharaj, Giriraj Swami Maharaj, and Radhana Swami Maharaj is saying that in the presence of elevated personality, by looking at His Holiness Giriraj Swami Maharaj, I am happy to give you your name, Shri Giriraj Das, by looking at it. So that Guru Maharaj, Sri Giriraj Das and Giriraj Swami Maharaj, looking, smiling, both of them. Maharaj is Maharaj. So I felt, it's a blissful moment, and I went to Giriraj Swami Maharaj, took blessings from him. Maharaj, I got similar like your name. So please pray for me and bless for me to continue in this path. And it's a beginning. Initiation is nothing, but it's a beginning, formal beginning. So I seek your prayers for Maharaj. I took blessings from him, Giriraj Swami Maharaj. Giriraj Swami Maharaj, very close associate of Radhana Swami Maharaj, very good friend. We share special bonding, both of their Maharajas. Nice friendship is there since last 30-40 years of friendship in Krishna consciousness. One more incident with Maharaj during this was in Baltimore, Prabhuji. This was in Baltimore. Gauravani Prabhu, the Mayapuris team, we had a special evening, open air kirtan. It's a beautiful moonlight. Only little, what is that? Candle lights kind of thing. It's a wonderful setup. And Gauravani Prabhu have Sri Radha Natabara, their deities. We went for their program, their home program. Radhana Swami Maharaj came and Mayapuris came. Gauravani Prabhu also, wonderful kirtaner. We had a wonderful kirtan, and all night around 11:30 we chanting, dancing. Maharaj also ecstatically singing kirtan. And my first connection with Maharaj is kirtan. This was in 2009. We went for Vyas Puja in Mumbai. I don't know how I directly went. There are 5,000 devotees in that Cross Maidan stadium. I directly in front of Maharaj, and connect that Kirtan, that's it. That Kirtan, Maharaj Kirtan touches my heart in that moment. Yeah, I felt, some connection established with Maharaj. And first time Maharaj I have seen in Iskcon Chowpatty during in the Prasadam queue line. Maharaj came from his small room behind the Chowpatty temple. He has a small room behind the Chowpatty temple, the altar room behind. Suddenly he came. That is the first glimpse by physical presence of Maharaj. We all paid obeisances immediately, and Maharaj looked at us, including me. I felt a beautiful smile. That's the first experience, Prabhuji. Then later in the Kirtan, I connected a lot with Maharaj, his teachings, and Journey Home, Journey Book. He distributed books in US, Journey Home for students, this Journey Within also. See, with the mercy of Yugal Kishore Prabhu and Prabhuji, I always remember him. And see, I request him to take another couple more classes and see how he's going to take. This is plan. Yeah. So ultimately, Guru's mercy only, Prabhuji, I'm able to continue with their mercy. And yeah, please pray for us, including my family, to continue in the path of bhakti and whatever best of our capacities. Not like you all, you are wonderful. You are yourself and Praveen Prabhu especially serving in the Gachibowli Satsang so sincerely and understanding Lilananda Prabhu's mood in serving. Gopi, that is you are showing an example of Gopi Bhartur Padakamala, your Dasa Dasa, right? Wonderful associates you are for Lilananda Prabhu's. And I am just novice in this congregation, just 1 or 2 years. Still a lot to learn from all of you. Yeah. Please continue.
We can keep Praveen Prabhu in that category, Prabhu, but definitely not me. But the kind of programs you are doing, I think most number of programs in a week are being done by you only. You do every day morning chanting, morning readings, evening sessions. So almost you're doing 5 days a week, 10 sessions, 15 sessions basically on the weekdays, and then the weekends you're attending these, and weekends you're serving in the temple. I don't know how you manage all this, Prabhu. Mahalingam Iyer Prabhu knows most of the activities, he participates. I don't. I sometimes join in for the morning chanting, but yeah, it's amazing.
Because of your inspiration, Prabhu, because of seriously, because you are Prabhu.
Iyer Prabhu wants to speak something, I guess. He raised his hand, correct?
Yes, Prabhu. Iyer Prabhu, please.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. Prabhuji, sincerely speaking, I feel you have really touched the heart. You have that great devotion deep in your heart, which you are pouring down. And in front of you, I sincerely feel that I'm just a show bottle. I can just hear from various Maharaj and just try to speak little strictly. But in truth, I don't have a deep level of devotion in my heart. So I sincerely pray at your lotus feet that I should get the level of devotion that you are holding. And the way you are expressing your gratitude towards Guru Maharaj, Prabhupada, and always you try to connect with them. And you are so much grateful. Your heart is filled with that gratefulness, and that deep level of devotion is I think it always keeps you Krishna conscious. And that's the secret of your Krishna conscious. I felt that from hearing from you. And I sincerely pray that someday I may get a drop of that devotion. So please keep all of us in your association. And we, as Subaro Prabhuji rightly told, we all want your association so that someday we can become like you. We all aspire like you. You are an ideal Grahastha, Prabhuji, in all the ways. You are serving so nicely, like whatever Prabhupada has told you are doing it. I don't have any words to feel so fortunate that Prabhupada has given you to all of us. Thank you very much.
I am Prabhu. Prabhupada says, act perfect. I'm always acting, no perfection is there. acting, Prabhu. I'm acting devotee in front of you. Acting. No perfection is there still. Sorry. With all your prayers, blessings, Prabhuji. With you are a wonderful devotee, and you are young in all of our congregation, wonderfully preaching, and I congratulate you. You are starting a new batch for kids, and my prayers from Radha Madan Mohan, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra, Shri Gaur Nitai, and Srila Prabhupada and Guru Parampara continue and inspire young kids. At least they start their devotional life through joining in your batches, and you definitely touch their hearts. I feel because you have that kind of devotion and expression. You can do that. Yeah. My sincere blessings and prayers for you. You are very younger than me. I bless. I pray for you.
I am the true actor, Prabhuji. You are real. You are the real character. I am actor.
అయిపోయింది అంత అయిపోయింది యాక్టింగ్ అని చెప్పుకుని అంతే ప్రభు లీలాన్ ప్రభు ఏమైనా ఆడేస్తారా లీలాన్ ప్రభు హరిబోల్
Satyadev Prabhu wants to speak something.
సత్యదేవ్ ప్రభు హరిబోల్
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ దండవత్ ప్రణామ్.
ఎట్లా ఉన్నారు ప్రభు
పర్వాలేదు ప్రభుజీ, రికవర్ అవుతున్నాము ఇప్పుడే.
చెప్పండి
ప్రభుజీ, జస్ట్ ఒక యాక్చువల్ గా నాకు క్వశ్చన్. ఇందాక మన వర్స్ లో వన్ షుడ్ హియర్ ఫ్రమ్ ద బోనఫైడ్ స్పిరిచువల్ మాస్టర్ అని ఉంది కదా. సో శాస్త్రిక్ నాలెడ్జ్ వీ షుడ్ ఆల్వేస్ హియర్ ఫ్రమ్ ఏ బోనఫైడ్ స్పిరిచువల్ మాస్టర్ అని మనం ఆల్వేస్ దిస్ ఇస్ ద ట్రూత్. బట్ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఈజ్ ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ హూ ఇస్ ద బోనఫైడ్ స్పిరిచువల్ మాస్టర్ అనే విషయం కూడా చాలా మందికి తెలియదు.
కరెక్ట్.
సో అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఎవరన్నా హూ వాంట్ టు స్టార్ట్ దేర్ భక్తి అంటే నియోఫైట్ డివోటీస్ అనుకుంటే ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ వాళ్ళకి ఇది ఎట్లా అంటే జస్ట్ అంటే ఎగ్జాంపుల్ కోసం నేను యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాను, చికెన్ ఆర్ ఎగ్ టైప్ లో అయిపోయింది. అంటే ఫస్ట్ బోనఫైడ్ స్పిరిచువల్ మాస్టర్ ఎవరో తెలుసుకోవాలా, లేదంటే శాస్త్రిక్ నాలెడ్జ్ తెలుసుకోవాలి. శాస్త్రిక్ నాలెడ్జ్ తెలుసుకుంటే గానీ బోనఫైడ్ స్పిరిచువల్ మాస్టర్ అంటే ఎవరో తెలియదు. సో బోనఫైడ్ స్పిరిచువల్ మాస్టర్ తెలిసిన తర్వాత అప్పుడు మనకి వీ హ్యావ్ టు లిసన్ టు ద shastras from the bona fide spiritual master.
So Prabhu, one thing I heard from lectures, if we are sincere, Krishna is going to send a guru in our life.
Correct.
That's one thing, Prabhu. And I heard from Yuval Kishore Prabhu, my Siksha Guru, what he says, how can we identify a guru who connects by hearing their lectures. There are multiple guru system we have in Iskcon who touch it, especially their Vani and their teachings, their serving mood and their mission, how much they how attracted by his by his pushing forward the mission of Srila Prabhupada. That's it. That's the one thing. Krishna is going to say first thing I wanted to say, and then another thing. This we have to connect. There are multiple gurus. We can hear multiple lectures of each guru, and whoever connects, this guru really connects to me. And then we have to try to continuously hear from that whoever connects to you, and we have to properly establish connection and take guidance from Shiksha gurus, right? That's the one thing I wanted to add. Anybody wants to add anything? Lilananda Prabhu. Lilananda Prabhu is there. Haribol. Lilananda Prabhu.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Dandavad Pranam Prabhu.
Sorry Prabhu. I had some problem going on in VSK, so I was totally busy there.
Oh, sure. Anta, is that okay, Prabhu? No.
Same problem, Prabhuji. Labor problem. People. Now elections are coming, right? I don't want to talk all that in the Bhagavatam class, but elections are coming. Another 1 year. 1 year they'll be made to drink every day. All the farmers. They'll stop working. 1 year they'll be given wine, alcohol, everything from morning till night by the politicians. Nobody will come and work now. Now is the most difficult time to manage. Right? So one by one attrition, again finding the right people. Trust me, Prabhu, it is horrible. Kali Yuga, if you want to see more than cities, you will see in the villages. Anyway,
So
so
since you are running VSK, it's institutional. It's very hard, Prabhu, to maintain and to, these people. They are not devotees.
Prabhupada told that if you think spiritual life is difficult, material life is impossible, he told. And this is, what do you call that? This Goseva in today's day and time, or doing any farm related work in today's day and time, is next to impossible. They'll make you fail. You will completely, fail. And I don't know. So today I'm actually waiting for some people near Kankamamidi. There is a village. So there is a very big temple. So most probably on 20th, Radhesham Prabhu is coming, right? So 20th morning time, I'm trying to arrange some program here and call a lot of village people at one place, so that we can do a
Village Sarpanch, you want to invite village Sarpanch?
Not to VSK. In Kankamadu village itself, near the temple, I want to invite many villagers and distribute Bhagavad Gitas to the right people, call the right people and give them, and then continue the program in VSK for your DT installation. And that's what I'm trying to do. But you don't know how it is, right? Literally, villagers have become so polluted because of people from city. They go there, and especially politicians, the way they have created the environment. Prabhu, can you believe it? 1 year, every villager on his will can stop working and just go and sit in some political rally, and he'll be given, biryani morning, biryani evening, drinks, every full year, 365 days from now. They will do it, and see, we brought this cartons of Bhagavad Gitas and we kept it in VSK for village distribution. Today I was showing it to one person. He told, sir, you are showing these cartons. Now the politicians will bring 100 times more cartons. But in the cartons, it will not be Bhagavad Gitas. It will be alcohol and eatables, right? For the villagers. So what are we competing with? We are competing with very difficult thing we are competing with. So, yeah. So anyway, thank you, Prabhu, for the morning lecture. I was overhearing. Last I joined, now only I joined, but I'll hear the recording again. Yeah, what we are doing is very difficult in today's day and time. And Krishna also knows that. Krishna will reciprocate. And if we are sincere, Guru will come into our life. If we are not sincere, we will lose the Guru also. Right? Yeah. I would like to say one thing, Prabhuji, that, I'd like to say one thing, that our progress depends on how much we are contributing to Iskcon, not how much we are taking from Iskcon. Right? Completely, it's about what we are doing for Prabhupada, because he has already done everything for us. We have to do our part. So what we are doing for Iskcon. So every year we all should think what we have done for Iskcon. Have we started a temple, brought new people, distributed books? Most importantly, are we sitting down and chanting our sadhana properly? Right? Are we following the 4 regulative principles properly? Are we becoming humble, or are we becoming arrogant? Are we becoming more benevolent? Are we becoming more are we getting into a giving mode, or are we receiving mode? Are we counting when we are giving, or are we counting when we are receiving? Right? These are all things, are part of our consciousness, which is what we have to give to Iskcon. Money is not something that people look at. The right attitude, right, right values is what people are looking for. So in 2022 also, we all have to do something for Iskcon. And Iskcon is what? Iskcon is our family. Our family name is not Palvai or Devata or what other names we have. Those are all names of material names. There's nothing great about it. Our family name is Iskcon. Iskcon Lilananda, Iskcon Shri Giriraj, Iskcon, right? Udayananda Das. That's our family name. We should not forget. Prabhupada is our father, and we have to give our best to Prabhupada. Every year we have to give our best to Prabhupada. We have to show our love. We have to show our love for Prabhupada until our last breath, and we should encourage each other to do that. We all have anarthas. Lots of anarthas are there. We should oversee those anarthas and see what we are good at and continue to encourage each other. Like just some time back, so nicely, each one of us was speaking, praising each other's contributions. That's very important, Prabhu. That's very important. It's not false praise. At the same time, we should not fall for that praise. We know what we are. But it's important to praise because that is association, that is the support, that is the encouragement that we get in devotee society. So, yes, and that's true also. That by God's grace, we all have met together. Only by Krishna's grace, we all have met together. And if we go away, that is like saying no to Krishna's grace, right? We have to stay together, tolerate each other, work with each other, right? And I'm also a recipient of mercy of His Grace Yugal Kishore Prabhu. He has changed so many lives, right? And a very, very sincere soul, doesn't expect anything, he's in India and he's in Kerala taking treatment. I wish he would give some time in Hyderabad, but he generally doesn't stay. He is always on the run. He has a lot of services in US. He has brought many, many thousands of families to Krishna consciousness. And still he doesn't claim any of that as something that he has done. He says that it has only happened because of his guru, His Holiness Radhanath Swami and Prabhupada and the disciples of Prabhupada, right? He doesn't claim anything. So these are something that we should learn from great souls. And thank you, Giriraj Prabhu, for giving today morning time. I know you are busy with many, many programs also, and you've given such a nice time. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Leela Prabhu. Thank you for the opportunity.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Lilananda Prabhuji, how can we help you? If you need any help, can you please let us know?
Yeah, I'll let you know, Prabhuji. I'll let you know. I'm just waiting for them so that we can go for the go to the temple and fix up the program for 20th. If that works out, it will be very nice. Prabhu, we have to please senior Vaishnavas. When we please senior Vaishnavas, we get mercy of even senior Vaishnavas. So that's the whole goal, right? So if you want to bring, see, Srila Prabhupada already left the planet. But if we can bring Prabhupada disciples to our satsang, sannyasis and maharajas to our satsang, then it will be so nice, isn't it? It's equal to getting Prabhupada. But in order to get them, we have to please, the likes of Radhesham Prabhu, and many other senior Vaishnavas. We should please them. They should feel that these people are genuine. Then they will go and tell the senior Vaishnavas that please come and give your association to them, right? So I request everybody to do that endeavor. Everybody think how you can please senior Vaishnavas. Please how? Please by serving, right? Please by serving, sincerely serving, creating more service opportunities, spreading the movement, spreading the word, more devotees, happy devotees. These are the two words of Prabhupada. More devotees, happy devotees. We want happy devotees and we want more devotees also. We should be greedy for more. So, by the way, on 20th, we are starting the physical programs in Avatar also, in our Gachibowli Satsang also. And this 13th, we are having a meeting at the new temple land to see what we can start doing. 13th, we have a meeting there. And then I'll keep you posted how we will continue our Gachibowli Sunday evening programs. Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for letting me know.
Thank you, Dhruv. Thank you very much for a wonderful lecture and reminding of all the festivals and acharyas. You're a very fortunate soul, served so many maharajas, and I've been to the Laguna temple where you served. Very nice to have your association. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Praveen Prabhu. Thank you so much for
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I have one question.
Yeah, with increasing, I see in Prabhu.
Yes. Can you please help me, Prabhuji? You have developed it with your age. How can I do that, Prabhuji?
Leela Prabhu is doing that. He is asking this question, Prabhu. I'll try to explain, and you cannot add if anything. Right? With increasing age, how to proportionately increase Krishna consciousness? With increasing age, how to proportionately increase Krishna consciousness? Right, Prabhu. So our material job is temporary. We cannot stay in that company or any other company. It's not a permanent, right? So we have to align our priorities. What is most important as we are practitioner of devotional service, Bhakti Yoga. We have to main priorities, Prabhuji. See, it has to change as we keep on that age is increasing. We have to go towards we have to spend more time on Krishna consciousness as increasing. Priorities we have to make. That is our first priority, right? When we are taking when we initiate when we take initiation, that means that's the first primary activity we have to do in the morning, right? So that's where we have to keep on check our balances. What I am doing, what my currently, how much time I'm spending in Krishna conscious activities, how much I'm spending in job and uh, our of course we have to improve our these skills in order to continue or sustain in companies. So but that again Prabhu, and in the scriptures it says, right, after 50 means where you have to reduce most of the materialistic activities, focus on Krishna. That's a vanaprastha age, right? I am now 45 years right now. 1977 plus 45, 2022. Another 5 years. Another 5 years I have to work hard and get some money and save it, and then focus on most of the time. We have 24 hours of time. Design our time and timings to spend a lot of time in chanting, spreading the movement, preaching, right? So that's where we have to identify priorities, and as the age increases, we have to towards devotional service. We have to more focus on it. Add Prabhu, Lilananda Prabhu, that question.
Hare Krishna. I think first, Malingamaya Prabhu.
So, finished the children thing by 30 years.
You're on mute, Prabhu. Suddenly, maybe.
Your voice is breaking up. You went on mute, Prabhu, Lilananda.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody came there.
Driving up. Yeah, you are Prabhu. You are also Praveen Prabhu, Subbarao Prabhu. And because as increase, what I'm thinking is, as see, you cannot be in the company for a long time. Of course. Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, please.
Yeah, sorry, I got a call in between. No, I'm just saying that, Prabhus and Matajis, if we are still working for money, if we are still working for maintaining our properties and houses after 55 years, then we already messed up our life. So maximum 50-55 years. After that, 100% for Prabhupada. So plan accordingly. We should morning 4 o'clock say night 10 o'clock is the time for Prabhupada. Once we are 50-55. If you're joining the movement after 75, then Iskcon has to work for us, getting glucose bottles and support and all that. We don't want to do that. Right? Give at least 20 years before you die. From the sooner you retire, the better it is. If you have many properties, plan them, be smart, get started. There is so much to do. We're not going to take anything from here. We have to give to Prabhupada everything that we have. When we get initiated, we say mind, body, and soul. I think somebody has to write properties also, because people are forgetting that. When you're giving mind, body, and soul, automatically it's bound that we've given everything. But people are not thinking like that. So everything we have to give at one point or the other. Follow the Rupa Goswami principle as much as possible. That give to your dependents, remaining give to Brahmanas and remaining give to whatever is there to Prabhupada. And retire, plan for a retirement. But His Holiness Jayadvaita Swami Maharaj beautifully says that before you enter ashram, you should plan for exiting that ashram. So it's a beautiful discourse. He says when you are entering Brahmacharya ashram, you should also plan for exit of Brahmacharya ashram when the right age comes. I'm not talking about the Iskcon Brahmacharya. I'm saying the 25 years of Vanaprastha, the first 25 years of your life, right? And then when you are entering Grihastha ashram, you should already have a plan, of telling bye-bye, to to wife and children. Already you should have a plan by this date. Like Kardam Muni, right? Kardam Muni told his wife Devavati, even before he had the child, he told, I'm going, tell me when. He said, give me a child and you can go. He told and he left. We are not Kardam Munis, but at least principally we should have that plan. We should have a retirement plan. If after attending so many satsangs and after attending so many things, festivals, hearing from so many speakers, you still want to retire after 60 and still do some financial planning, then the whole boat is missed. Nah? You'll come back. You'll continue your financial planning. You have to retire. You have to retire 50. 50 is ideal if you can retire. Because some of us did not start our Krishna conscious journey earlier. Maybe we wasted some of the years. So at least by 55 we should retire. After 55, you are still thinking about properties and how our children will take care of them, business, employment, technology. Then we are going to come back, Rosen Mataji. We'll definitely come back. You plan the retirement. Retirement so we can work full time for Prabhupada. Like Gaurang Prabhu last time he told, in entire this planet, we are hardly 3-4 lakh people. Hardly 3-4 lakhs initiated serious devotees are there. How much service is there? Tell me. For how much is the population of the planet? I think it's 800 crores, if I'm right. In 800 crores, 3 lakh devotees are there. There's so much to do, and we have to do. So as the age increases, answering your question, Prabhuji, implement your retirement plan. You should have more children, and you should have more Krishna conscious contribution to them. Leave the descendants, plan for retirement, and serve more and more. That's what I would say. I'm telling this to myself also.
Yes, thank you very much, Prabhu. Yeah.
Sorry if I told anything.
Thank you so much for adding. Yeah.
Prabhuji, I heard a very nice point recently, 2 days ago, from His Grace Krishnanand Prabhuji. He told, and this is why I am thinking around these lines. And since you have so much of devotion, I asked this question. So I just want to share that point. He told, as your age is increasing, your rounds should also increase. That means your taste in chanting should also increase. You are 30, minimum you should chant 20 rounds. And in one other class, he told, as the number of years, you should chant that many number of rounds. So 30 years, 30 rounds, 50 years, 50 rounds, 60 years, 60 rounds. So we should develop that taste, project, somehow.
Yes. Very, very nice point, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Thank you. Have a nice, wonderful day, rest of the day. We'll meet tomorrow. And with our Bhagavatam and the classes. Nityanand Rajesh is also coming. Let's prepare our consciousness for that. And 20th of February, Radhesham Prabhu is coming to our satsang exclusively. So we will all prepare for that also. Hare Krishna.
Sure, Prabhuji. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyo evacha
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः प्रभुपाद की जय हरे कृष्ण
Gaur Har Preman. Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Hari Bol.
हरे कृष्ण
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.